All right, welcome everybody to tonight's session. Appreciate everybody being able to spend some time and get a little bit of information about the Lydian world. And we're going to touch a little bit on G999 tonight because we did not cover one of the aspects, and that was how to get G999. So we will be talking about that today. Let me make sure I get this out of the way for us. It's all good. So welcome to the G999 and Lydian world overview for today. All right, so hopefully you guys can get into the YouTube, get the YouTube link for it in case you missed someone. So who am I? I'm Jason Covington, for those who were not here before. I am a trainer for the Houston International Freedom Team, of which we are all a part. I'm the strategic leader of Team Integrity, which is a sister team to Team Freedom Rising. And I'm coming to you with more than about 25 years of technical support experience and training experience. And I'm a proud member of Wealth Builders Worldwide, as everyone should be here. So today we're going to talk about acquiring G999 coins. We're going to talk about how to do it the easy way, and we're all going to talk about the efficient way. And then we're going to compare the two. When that's done, we're going to change gears and talk about Lydian World. We're going to talk about what it is, where to find it, how to establish yourself in the Lydian world, and how to profit with the Lydian world. We'll then take some time for Q&A after all that. So let's get right into acquiring G999 coins. As a review, last time we talked about the G999 ecosystem, the project overview. We talked about the actual blockchain and how it kind of works. And we talked about some of the key G999 services that run on the blockchain. But this time we're going to talk about G999 coins themselves, how you should get them. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, so everything starts with GS Partners. GS Partners has an exchange that you may or may not have actually talked about before or even seen in the back office. So we just want to make sure everybody's muted out. There we go. All right, so the dashboard of GS Partners, as you know, as everyone here should know, looks just like this. Now you have an option of being able to get G999 straight from G999 from GS Partners by going directly to the financial part of the side menu. This side menu contains many different things, but what we're going to talk about today is the exchange itself. By clicking on this link, it's going to take you to a page that very much looks like this. There are multiple tabs up there, but we're only going to focus on the one that's right in front of us. The exchange allows us to exchange different cryptocurrencies for other cryptocurrencies. In general, they kind of look like this. So you can exchange Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether, or USDT, for the Lydian Stater, which we're going to talk about later, G999, and G Euro. If you weren't aware of that, then this is definitely something that you're going to benefit from. The other thing you can do is to change G Euro into USDT. So it's very, very versatile and very useful for our purposes. The easy way consists of being able to switch out these top currencies for G999, assuming you choose whichever one you want to do. And so if you want to, you can easily see at a glance how many G999 will be bought or exchanged for your cryptocurrency. So once you enter the amount here, assuming that you have enough, it will automatically update the amount of G999 you can get. If you like that number, you can go ahead and click on exchange, and it will make the swap for you right there. And the resulting G999 will show right on your back office, right in the G999 wallet. So this is the easy way because it's very, very simple to do. It doesn't require any special knowledge. It just requires you to have enough currency on your back office to make the change. Now let's talk about the efficient way. The most efficient way is to use our trading platform, GS Trade Exchange. Let me just mute. Okay, so GS Trade Exchange, and in fact, gstrade.exchange is the actual URL. So if you put that into your browser, it will allow you to go and see all of this stuff. Okay, there we go. Perfect. We want to make sure everybody gets in. Okay, so from gstrade.exchange, you can go ahead and log in. Now, note you do have to have an account with GS Trade Exchange to make use of its services. That's outside of the purview of this particular talk, but it's pretty much the same as with GS Partners for the most part. When you log in, you will have access to a dashboard in which you can deposit different cryptocurrencies depending on which ones you want to use. Now, what's on the screen is only a portion of the different cryptocurrencies you have access to with GS Trade, but these are the main ones that you should be familiar with. When you go to the market on GS Trade, you'll be able to make some of these changes. And that's the whole reason that we're even talking about it, is to be able to switch different cryptocurrencies for G999. So click on markets and it will take you to this page. As you can see, based upon these pairs, if you're familiar with currency pairs, you can see on the left-hand side that you can exchange G999, or rather other cryptocurrencies for G999, and there's a whole lot more than was shown on GS Partners. So going from top to bottom, you can exchange Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Pax Gold, Chainlink, Graph, Stellar Lumens, and Lydian Stators for G999 on this platform. But we're going to focus in on Bitcoin because it was the same example we used in GS Partners. By clicking on that, in fact, I'm going to go back. If you click on any of these rows, it will take you to the individual markets representing those currency pairs. So if we click on this one, it'll take you to this page here. But you'll have to scroll down past the charts. There's a market chart at the very top of that page that you scroll down to past this, or rather, past that to this. You'll be able to see one of two boxes. The one we're looking for is buy G999. By default, it is set to do limit orders. If you're understanding of different markets, even Forex, you know what a limit order could possibly be. The other option is market. Now, we're not going to do the limit. We're going to do the market because we want to be as fast as possible and as efficient as possible with our money. By switching it to market, you turn this this application to getting you the best, cheapest price that is currently available. So you don't have to worry about the price. Whatever the price is that's the cheapest, you will be using that price to get your G999. You then either type in the amount of G999 that you want to acquire, or if you want to use all of your, in this case, Bitcoin, you can click the button called Max. It would just get you the maximum amount of G999. Once that is done, you can go down and click Buy G999. Note that the section here that says Total, Fees, and Total minus Fee will be filled out as soon as you enter the amount of G999 that you want to exchange. Once this purchase order is done, the G999 will be deposited into your G999 wallet under your dashboard of GS Trade. It's up to you from that point on to move it to wherever you'd like. Just pay attention to the fees and the minimums for withdrawal. Now, comparing the two methods is fairly easy to do. Each one has pros and cons, and to be honest, I kind of go back and forth based upon what I want to do. The GS Partners Exchange pros include that it is super easy to do. Also, what I didn't talk about before, but I will mention now, is that every time you use the exchange, you are generating volume for your upline as well as commissions. The cons are the G999 that you buy on GS Partners has a bit of a markup because it generates volume and commissions. It is now actually 15% a little bit more expensive than if you tried to do it on the open market or on GS Trade. It's a trade-off. And there are limited numbers of currencies that you can do to make that swap by doing it in GS Partners. On the other side, gstrade.exchange, they will always give you the best prices, by far. And they have many more currencies that you can exchange to get G999. A lot more variety, a lot more options. The cons are, as you can pretty much um, see from my explanation, is that it is more complex to use. It is, in fact, a fully functional cryptocurrency exchange, and thus it comes with all of that complexity that you may not be prepared for. If you are, it's good to go. There is no volume or commissions generated by trading on GS Trade. And most notably, since it is a separate account on a fully functional cryptocurrency exchange, it does require its own KYC. It's a 3-step process that can be daunting if you're not prepared for it. Really, between the two, it's a personal choice. Sometimes I choose to do the easy route. Sometimes I choose to get the most for my money. But if you want to get a GS Trade Exchange account and you don't currently have one, get with your upline to set that up. Okay? Now, that's how you get G999. So let's change gears and let's talk about the Lydian world. If you don't have a pen and paper ready now, it's time to get it. Because the Lydian world is huge, and we're going to cover some of the biggest rocks tonight.
Jason, before you do that, you said get with your upline. Hey, I'm the upline. That's why we're doing this thing, so we can figure out how to do it. So will you take a step backwards and just, talk a little bit about that? That'd be great. Thanks.
No problem. So you're talking about getting a GS Trade account.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay. So GS Trade accounts are, I wouldn't say fairly easy to do, but they are easy to do. In fact, I'm going to share my other screen and go directly to GS Trade. GS Trade requires you to register a free account. And once you do so, it does ask for information, just like with GS Partners, that matches the KYC materials that you would be submitting to them, exactly as displayed on your government ID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into mine really quickly, and we'll take a look at that process. Let me see if I get my 2-factor. There we go. Okay. By default, when you log in, it's going to show you this GS DeFi incentive. We're not going to talk about this in detail today, but just know that it's going to kind of drop you right here. To access the process of actually setting up your account, what you want to do once you log in for the first time is you want to go into your dashboard and take a look at KYC. KYC is the Know Your Customer. It's required since the Patriot Act, and it is in 3 separate tiers. To fully use GS Trade, you have to have all of your KYC completed, bronze, silver, and gold. To give you an idea of what's required, for bronze, you need to fill out a small form that says basically where you designate your first name, your last name, and then you submit a picture of the front of your ID card. Whether it's your passport or your driver's license, whatever it is that you're going to be using, you want to use a little picture there. Silver requires one step further. Now, bronze has to be fully verified first, and it does take about 24 hours for it to happen. Silver, when it opens up, allows you to put in different things like your country, postal code, basically your addressing and contact information, and proof of that as well. Whether it's a bank statement, a utility bill, whatever it is that has your information on it that matches your ID card. Once this is verified, and again, it takes about 24 hours, you can move on to gold. Gold will allow you to basically do everything that this platform even offers. The requirements are very similar to GS Partners. In this case, the front part of your ID card, the back part, and a selfie with identification. So basically, It's a three-step process that has been kind of truncated when it comes to GS Partners, but it is still in place for GS Trade. Once you've submitted this information, it's always easy to forget something very important, and that is to go to your settings and set up your two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication is a must in this day and age, and if you don't think that you need it, you do, period. You have the option under settings to look at your account. You can actually change your password here or change your email address that you use to log in. Your user data can be downloaded at any point, and you can delete your account. I don't recommend you do that, especially considering you went through all that KYC. No. You can also link your GS Partners account to your GS Trade account. This has several advantages, but to be honest, I don't remember as many as they were, but I believe that they link certain things with different vouchers that you can get with GS Trade. And the vouchers really come down to the GS DeFi in general. So once you have set up your account, submitted your KYC, made sure that your account is secure through two-factor authentication, and that you've linked to your GS Partners account, you are ready to go. From there, what you want to do is then deposit whatever cryptocurrency you want to use here. Again, the wallets go from Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, G999, Stellar Lumens, Lydian Staters, the IPO token, BNB, though I don't recommend that you deposit it here, Wrapped G999, XLT, Chainlink, Pax Gold, and Graph. That's a lot here. It's far from an exhaustive list, but it is a very useful list. Depositing your funds here is as easy as it is on GS Partners. You simply click on the deposit icon over here. You can use the QR code or the address and transfer your funds here. Very, very easy. We've already done this before. Under History, it allows you to take a look at everything that you've done, from all of your deposits, all of your withdrawals. It takes a little while to come up here. Come on now. There we go. Any particular orders that you have made, any manual orders, all of the trades, anytime that you've imported things, although this is not going to be relevant to us, any airdrops that you've participated in, any vouchers or sponsored vouchers that may be along with your account. Now, I don't think these are even available anymore, so don't worry about them. But the main thing is you can keep track of all of your deposits and withdrawals throughout the entire history of your account. Promotional vouchers are there for the DeFi if you choose to participate in that. And if you have any exclusive nodes or lifetime nodes, which most people don't have them, so if this is new information for you, then don't worry about it. They won't give you any information anyway, for the most part. Okay, by and large, that is the end of what we need to do for GS Trade. But in general, what I've told you today will definitely help you set this account up quickly and as painlessly as possible. That's good.
That's good. Thank you very much. I also want to note that when you register for GS Trade, use the same email address that you use for GS Partners.
Very good point. Yes. So when you link those accounts, make sure that you have the same one. It's a very good point. Okay. So let me go ahead and I'm going to switch back over to my show here, PowerPoint show. Okay. So again, GS Trade is much more complex, but it has more possibilities. GS Partners is easy, but it's a bit more expensive. Let's talk about the Lydian world. So the Lydian world is a huge deal to everybody in GS Partners for a very good reason. And we're going to go over some of those in just a second. But in general, we're going to talk about what it is, where to find it, how to establish yourself in the Lydian world, and how to profit with it. First, I have 3 short videos that will really set the stage for what we're talking about. Enjoy.
Welcome to Lydian World, the place where you can earn, learn, and have fun. You still wonder how Lydian World is able to generate sustainable income for its players? Let's dive together into how the rewards are generated and distributed in Lydian World. There are multiple income resources streaming rewards into the Lydian World. The rewards are generated thanks to the fees applied to each service or product behind an incoming resource, such as staking pools, credit card swipe commissions, mining fields, assisted trading, non-fungible tokens marketplace, airdrops, and much more. But let's take a concrete example. Meet Lydia. Lydia lives in France and she's an artist. She's one of the extremely engaged users in the products and services offered or affiliated to Lydian World. A regular day for Lydia starts with a breakfast, so she pays for it using her credit card. Each time Lydia is using it, a portion of the fees are distributed to all the French citizens in the Lydian World, according to their position. Hey, sorry, are you Lydia? Seems she's a bit too concentrated. Of course, she's playing our trivia blockchain connected game inside of the popular chat app Telegram, available for millions of users. Each time Lydia answers the questions correctly, the game generates profit coins from other players, and a portion of them are sent back again to the French citizens in the Lydian World. For Lydia, this is not just a game. For her, Lydian World is the place where she now sells her art to millions of users. I know, you already understood how it works. Of course, a small fee for her art Lydia just sold has been again distributed to all the French citizens of the Lydian World. You see? It's that simple. You aren't forced to engage. If you want to generate, it's up to you. A citizenship will do it for you. Oops, sorry about that. We warned you. Day and night rewards are flowing in.
Okay, here's the second one. It's very short. We're going to skip the third one for time, but this one will also give you a really good idea of what Lydian World can do and does and will be doing for all of us. Here we go. You can find all of these videos, and this is only a few of them, on the official Lydian World YouTube channel. If you search around for it, you will find it. This is what it's called, Lydian World Master Channel. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to skip past the third video. Oh, hold on. There we go. Where you can find the Lydian World is actually at lydian.world. You can also get to it by going into your GS Partners back office and clicking on the menu item called Lydian World. It'll take you to the same page. Now on here, you can see a lot of information. I do recommend for the first time, go ahead and read this text. It'll give you a little bit of information about what the Lydian World is, as well as income resources and all sorts of things like that. But in general, what you want to do is you want to register, kind of like you did with GS Trade. Try to keep everything consistent across your accounts just for ease of use. If you want to use a different password for better security, it's up to you. But once you log in, after finishing your registration, this is the front page of Lydian World. You can't help but notice the world map right in front of us, as well as a lot of information on the left-hand side and above on the top. But let's talk about what this really is and what we're looking at here. The first thing you want to do is go on to the left-hand side over here, menu, and go all the way down to Game Book. This is the manual for the Lydian World. It includes all the rules, features, and income possibilities in pretty good detail. It's a fairly long document, so I recommend that you read it a bit at a time in bite-sized chunks. Pay specific attention to the introduction and the Lydian World game concept on the first few pages. It will give you a really good rundown. Next, you need to be acquainted with another section on the left-hand side menu, which is the Ancient Library. The Ancient Library is a tutorial section for a lot of the things that go on in the Lydian world, especially those that may require a little extra explanation to it. They are very good and they're useful. I used one just the other day, to be honest. So these are very important sections that you need to be familiar with. Any changes to the game book or the Ancient Library will be announced on the news in the Lydian World News section on the website, which is actually, it's going to be between these prices and the world map itself. There's a section that shows up here with all the latest news. When there's a change, it will actually show that. Kind of like the crawling text at the top of GS Partners. So, let's get into it. The Lydian world is a virtual world that divides all of the inhabited land masses around the world into 446 regions. A region can be a country, it can be a state when it comes down to the United States, or it can be a slice of a country that is just known for cultural reasons or political reasons. 446 of them means that you can have your pick. Rewards that come into the Lydian world in general come through and are distributed through all the regions proportionate to the value of their GDP. The GDP, or gross domestic product, is the total sum of goods and services generated by a country, and the Lydian world uses the real-world statistics for every region. The higher that real-world GDP, the larger the portion of the Lydian world income deposited into that region. You can actually build a portfolio with this, but we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. Comparing two different regions, Niger, country in Africa, and northern Brazil, they each have different GDPs, different citizenships, and they cost different costs. But we'll get into that in just a second. But when you get your certificates, and I know everyone here is trying to get their certificates, you cannot help but have noticed at the top of the purchase page of the certificates is the commissions pool. The very first category of the commissions pool is dedicated to the Lydian world. And if you're wondering what this is one of those income sources that are distributing rewards to the entirety of the Lydian world. The income sources range from staking pools for G999 to GS Lifestyle card swipes, Telegram trivia that Lydia was doing during the very first video, as well as interactive airdrops, the NFT marketplace, which we'll cover in a second, and many other things, including Lydian cities, staking pools, and of course, you can see right there in the middle, metaverse certificates. So we're getting a lot of income from many different income resources, but none of them, not all of them have gone live, and these are far from what we will have in the future. Rewards in Lydian world are funneled into different regions and are then split amongst those who are citizens and those who are officers, or people who have certain ranks. So 50% of the rewards in any particular region is dedicated to 6 people. The president, who gets 18% of the total, the vice president, senator, congressman, governor, and mayor. Because these positions can only be occupied by a single person, competition for these specific titles is and was quite fierce. I know Mr. White has a few stories that he probably can tell about that. The other 50% of that country's income goes and is shared equally amongst all of the citizens. The citizens are basically what is the lowest level that you can get to be able to participate in the Lydian world for that country. It is by far the most popular as well. For example, if you wanted to position yourself in the Lydian world, what you can do is use the world map and focus in on a specific region. There are many different ways to do this, but in general, if you find a region, in this case, Inner Mongolia, and click on it in the map, on the left-hand side, a small summary, kind of like when I showed Niger and Brazil, it'll show all the information that you need to know about that. But if it looks good to you, click on the button at the bottom that says Become Citizen, and you'll be greeted with this small pop-up. It will tell you the cost in Lydian lions to purchase this citizenship for yourself. If you're good with that and you have enough on your back office and your financial wallets, then you can go ahead and click Become Citizen. This gives you, as does every position, including citizen, an NFT representing your citizenship in that country or region. It is these NFTs that entitle you to a portion of every bit of the regional income for that country. You can build a portfolio of these citizenships, but you can only buy them in this way once as a citizen. We'll talk about how you can get multiples of the same country in a minute. The income that comes in through all of your citizenships comes into your income wallets, and that is going to be accessible on the financial dashboard. Very much like the financial dashboard that you see in GS Partners when you first log in, this is kind of what it looks like. Now, these income wallets are usually filled with different cryptocurrencies. I keep mine very clean. I claim my income regularly, but you can have it accrue for you over time should you want to. Nothing will happen to it until you decide to claim it. If you decide to claim them, they will be moved into your financial dashboard under My Balances. These are the wallets that you can deposit to from the outside world, and you can withdraw from to the outside world. This is also where anything that you want to buy will pull from first. There's a picture of the withdrawal where you can actually withdraw Bitcoin from here. It works very much the same as GS Partners. But what was that I said about the Lydian lion? The Lydian lion is a non-liquid token. It is not a cryptocurrency. It's a token exclusively used within the Lydian world, but it is used to purchase goods and services in the Lydian world. And in fact, it is the primary currency for acquiring citizenships. As our previous example indicates right there, 7,056.5 Lydian lions to purchase this citizenship. Well, how do we get them? Well, I've got good news for you. If you've been a paying member, you get them through this too. If you've ever seen the GSP member subscription description on the GS Partners dashboard, you may have missed one little part, and that is a limited edition NFT in the value of 28 USDT. Well, what does that mean? Well, first of all, if you look under NFTs, you'll find one of these little guys. This is a Lydian dwarf, an NFT that is created whenever you pay your membership for a month. But that's not all. Every NFT comes with Lydian lions automatically. So whenever you were to pay your membership, I know at least a few of you noticed that all of a sudden you were graced with 37.33 Lydian lions. Maybe you were wondering why you got them, but this is why. If you wanted to get more through the acquisition of NFTs, all you have to do is scroll down further on your dashboard to this section. The Lydian Dwarf NFT market vouchers was the primary way that we were able to accumulate Lydian lions for the purchase of citizenships. They range from $28 all the way up to $888, and you can use all of these cryptocurrencies to purchase them, including G999. You get different numbers of Lydian lions for each tier of NFT, ranging from the $28 one all the way up to the $888 one. You get a lot of Lydian lions and bonuses. Note that when you buy an NFT, it generates volume and it generates commissions. It also generates legacy points and a sponsor match proportionate to whichever tier of NFT that you're getting. Another way to get Lydian lions is simply to fill your meta portfolios. When you fill, for example, a Hermes meta portfolio, you immediately are credited with 1,000 Lydian lions. So whatever the price is of those certificates, in this case, the Hermes was 1,000 USDT, you get that many Lydian lions when you fill the portfolio. Right there. Another way, and probably the last way we're going to talk about today, is you can use the Lydian World Exchange. We're on the financial dashboard of Lydian World, and you choose the exchange option underneath all of your wallets. All your wallets are up here somewhere. You can actually exchange G999 or Lydian Staters for Lydian Lions. This is also the place where you can exchange your G Euros for USDT, so it's a multi-purpose exchange here in the Lydian world. Now, what was that about a Lydian Stater? Well, much like the Lydian Lion, the Lydian Stater is something that is tied directly to the Lydian world, but in this case, it is what we call a liquid cryptocurrency. It can be exchanged because it's liquid. The liquidity means that it can be exchanged for other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, and many others. For example, this token, this cryptocurrency represents real money, and it can be used to purchase goods and services in the Lydian world that Lydian lions cannot. You could purchase citizenships on the NFT marketplace using Lydian Staters. You can also send them to external wallets and change them in different ways. But here's an example of buying an NFT citizenship using Lydian Staters. How do you get Lydian Staters, though? Well, you can achieve infinity or block straw ranks within GS partners. They're actually part of this, the reward structure right there, if you didn't notice that before. Like I said before, you can actually go out onto the different markets and exchange other cryptocurrencies for them and then bring them into the Lydian world, like Pancake Swap at the top left and GS Trade on the bottom left. Or you can use mining certificates to mine them out of your country treasuries. Now, because the mining option is currently full, we're not going to cover that option. Just know that when we do cover it, this is one of those options that you will have. The Lydian world is where you can play, earn, and trade very, very easily. Now we have two functioning games that are in the Lydian world that have actual rewards for them. The first is the backgammon. Backgammon's game, it's in its beta format right now, but you can put up G999 as a stake, and then you play a game against another person. The person who wins gets the majority of that stake. Some of the G999 is actually distributed in the Lydian world according to your KYC and according to the GDP of whatever country it's in. There is also a trivia game. This was what Lydia was doing on her Telegram app, but because Telegram is just not good enough for what we need, we brought it into the Lydian world so that you can do trivia right here, you just have to have a little bit of G999 to participate, and you can win more G999 the more correctly answered questions that you do. It's highly popular, by the way. There is a game centered around gating citizenships. It is outside the scope of what we're doing, but it is something that is available to you to get more citizenships. And here's the NFT marketplace. The NFT marketplace is primarily filled with citizenships that you can buy with Lydian staters. Take a look during when you get into Lydian World. Just kind of look at it, kind of look through, see what's going up for that, and see what kind of prices you can see if you can get a good deal. Getting an NFT from the NFT marketplace for citizenships is the only way you can have more than one citizenship in a single country. And finally, airdrops. These airdrops are opportunities from other cryptocurrency and blockchain companies and projects that they found that the Lydian world is something that they want to advertise their project into. There are many, many people in the Lydian world, and they see this as a perfect opportunity to get awareness about their projects. These projects have to buy into the Lydian world, the fees of which go to the countries in the Lydian world, and they are also vetted by the technical team headed by Alexander Cosendo, our Chief Technical Officer, to make sure that it is a viable product, that it is not some sort of scam, and that it is worthwhile to the Lydian citizens. You can use some Lydian lines. You can see there's only a few Lydian lines that you need to unlock these mystery boxes, as they're called, so that you can get free or highly reduced cost tokens to broaden your portfolio. In general, for the Lydian world to get started, you register for free. You link your GS Partners account. If you have Lydian Lions on GS Partners, then you can actually import them from your dashboard of GS Partners into Lydian World. And you want to consult the Gamebook and the Ancient Library to be up on all the things that you can do within the Lydian World. Once that's done, you can earn money and have fun. So that takes us to the end of the actual training section for tonight. We talked about acquiring G999 coins, the easy and efficient ways, comparing the two. The Lydian world, we had an overview of what it is, where to find it, how to establish yourself, and how to profit with it. And so next, we're going to talk about some Q&A. So I want to thank everybody for their time and their attention during this talk. And I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Charles White.
Thank you, Jason. Excellent training. We've had some questions in the chat already, directly to me, but I have I'll set it up so everybody can unmute themselves and start your videos. And if you have a question that you'd like to ask Jason, now would be the proper time to do that. So let's see, start my video. I'll do that. So the floor is open. Oh, Jay has his hand up. Unmute yourself, Jay, and turn your camera on so we can see you. And go ahead and ask your question. Let's see. Are you having trouble unmuting? If you are, type it in the chat. I think I cleared it in the security.
No, I got it.
There you go. It worked.
All right.
So I have a question. So what happens when you have your NFTs on your GS partners? How do you export those to Lydian world?
That's an excellent idea. Okay, so the NFTs that are currently available, the Lydian dwarfs that you get with your membership, and just by buying those NFTs there, they're not currently exportable yet. Their series has not completed. Once the series of these NFTs is complete, the company will announce it and will give us a window to mint them and put them over on Lydian World for use there. Now, these NFTs will have uses within the Lydian World. And the previous series, the Lydian Lions, which you may have seen beforehand, they were given that opportunity too, but they had to end the series. before that series was complete, before it could be seen as complete, and then everyone can move them all into the Lydian world. So keep your eyes and ears open for that announcement. It should not come, well, it should come fairly soon, to be honest.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Let's see. Will you talk about, will you talk about when you
Uh,
register, Jason, how it says no sponsor,
On
Lydian World?
Lydian World.
Yeah,
Oh,
when you register, you use the same email address that you used in GS Partners. And then you have to link your account to GS Partners, which there's a button under the profile that says link your account. And then it'll put you into a sign-in mode into GS Partners. Once you sign into GS Partners, it'll link your account and connect your KYC as well. And then your sponsor will pop up.
yeah, that's exactly right. Also, if you just get in through all this through Lydian World, you technically won't have a sponsor. But in general, what we want to do is get everyone into GS Partners first, then make sure the KYC is finished. Then we open up the Lydian World, log in, register, link your account. So you don't have to do two sets of KYC. Lydian World has its own KYC, but if you're KYC approved in GS Partners and then you link your account, you're KYC approved in Lydian World as well right away. It's fantastic.
Yes,
I did it the hard way before I realized that that's set up.
I noticed that I actually also merge all the accounts together as well with even the trade exchange. I've done that.
you link that too. You link GS Trade as well.
Correct.
Yeah. It makes things a lot easier.
It does. And there are times when they either reduce the fees or different things happen, but you'll want all three of your accounts, or 4 or 5 or however many we have in time, linked together. Other questions?
Well, there's a question in the chat. Once you become a citizen, how and what do you earn? Okay, well, I'll answer that by going into my my Lydian World. So let me just get rid of this floating meeting control. Okay, so once you become a citizen, how you earn is through your positions. Your positions are listed here, assuming that you were able to get some citizenships here. They will be listed under View My Positions. It's going to come up in a second here. Yep. Okay. So I was fortunate enough to get 111 citizenships around the country, around the world, and they are all listed here, right there. Each country has certain rewards that are basically flowing into that country. And because you have the NFT representing your citizenship, it is immediately flowing directly into your financial dashboard from each of these countries simultaneously. And I'll show you that in a second. Here we go. And they will pool into your income wallets. Now, depending on what income resources are paying out when, you may get some from Lydian Staters, you might get some Lydian Lions, you may get Ethereum, Bitcoin, Tether, G999, Binance Coin, even BUSD on occasion. Once it's here, it's yours. I mean, no one can take this from you. But what I do is I claim all. Once I do that, they move everything that is claimable into my balance wallets. And after a few seconds, my balances, as you can see, get updated. So from here, you can do whatever you want with it. So what determines what you earn is both your position in those countries, which is in my case, citizen, and the income resource that is paying out at that moment. Remember, this is a 24/7 operation. And some resources are cyclical, some resources are real time. So it really just depends how long you watch your account as far as what you can accumulate over time. And as you can see, I'm very active with my stuff. I don't keep much here because I'm using it in well, different things around Lydian world. And you'll find that that's easier to do the more familiar you get with this platform. Now I'm going to show you guys in real time how you get a citizenship real quick. Now I'm not going to get one because I don't have enough for it. But in general, what you want to do is you want to look around all these. If you have a mouse, with a mouse wheel in the middle, you can scroll in and out again, depending on where you're pointing, to kind of scroll in and out to find different regions. You can also narrow your choices down based upon how many Lydian lines you have to spend. By clicking on Simulator, you choose whatever position that you want to do, in this case, Citizen, and it says, well, how many Lydian lines do you want to place in Lydian world? This is your spending range from minimum to maximum. If I do 5,000, I click on See Eligible Countries, and those countries that fit will show up as bright green. So it's very hard to miss them. Say, for instance, Far Eastern Federal District over here in Russia. If I click on that, it'll show me how many people are actual citizens there now. It'll have the available citizens. Basically, it can hold up to 233,000 Lydian world citizens. There's GDP, mining treasury, and you can click on Become a Citizen. This will give you, it's cheaper than I thought, the actual amount of Lydian lines you need to have in your balance wallet in Lydian lines to purchase this citizenship. And you can basically repeat that process. Go back to Simulator, everything's still here that you typed in, and you can try all over again to find one. Some of these are very, very affordable. Like this one right here. Can't believe I missed this one. Okay, so that's only a little over 1,000. But I do recommend that you build up a reservoir of Lydian lions before looking for countries. Okay, let me go ahead and stop share for now. The Lydian world is actually fairly fun, especially if you start filling up your certificates. You're going to get lump sums of Lydian lines that you can immediately start using to gather your citizenships together. And boy, I tell you, it is an extra fun thing to know that you can get yourself passive income in GS Partners, and then take some income that came from that and put it into the Lydian world to get even more passive income. It's just amazing.
That's the name of the game, Jason. Passive residual income.
Mm-hmm. It's the best kind of income.
So if I wanted to be an officer, how would I do that?
That's an excellent question. I'm so glad you brought that up. Let's go back to the Lydian world real quick. If you are not currently an officer and you'd like to become an officer in any of these, in an available country, you would actually take a look at the open positions. It's the same area where you view your current positions, open positions, of which there are 759 of them. You click on here and you will actually see the positions that may be open depending on which countries that you want to go to, and which positions, like president all the way down to mayor, even citizen if you want to go for that. But I wouldn't try this for citizen. If you want to go for senator of, say, Gabon, let's see, is it available? Nope, someone has it already. Can't bid on that. But if it's open, like these hot auctions,
the current auctions are there. You can bid on any of ones that are currently in auction, that are currently being bid on.
So these are, it goes all the way down. And if you click on view all here, it'll actually show you pretty much all of them. You can range them by ending date, ascending or descending, like which ones are going to finish up. It's like this one over here has 17 hours left. So this person here, Walker Girl, is it
Top
might be
bidder.
very likely. You can outbid this person, but you need to have at least 7,500 in order to even try to compete.
Go down a little further, Jason.
One sec.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, this is a listing of what
That's history.
the bids started at and how they got there. So
Go down a little further. A little further. Maybe it's on the next page.
all right, let's give it a shot.
Nope, not yet. Oh, there it is. So Flyboy over here on the right, it says ES Extremadura.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the bid history.
Ah, I see.
So we're in a little more here.
Yep. So basically, if you're sitting on a bunch of Lydian lions and you want to see if you can grab one of these positions, this is not a bad way to do it. Note that if you bid this amount of Lydian lions and you don't get the position, the Lydian lions are returned to you. You're not spending the Lydian lions. You're simply bidding them. And so right now, it looks like he waited a long time.
He did.
He's like, oh, wait a second.
We got a little time to go. There's a couple more that I have bids on because I got shut out last time.
Right. Like I said, Mr. Charles has some stories about the original land grab, I should say.
Yeah.
The original.
Go down a little further.
See,
probably on the next page.
Yeah, this is Nitsanakos synergy.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. So you got 400 hours. That's a long wait. Ooh.
It's a long time.
Oh, okay. Very nice. The
go down a little further.
Community of Madrid. That's a good one.
Right. Oh, there it is.
Saarland in Germany.
Germany, yeah.
Trying for multiple presidents.
Well, you need 3 to get on the council.
Right. You know, what was his name? The guy, Sarat, right?
The one who beat me up. Stepped on me like a bug.
Yeah, he was very successful.
I bet he's got 35 or 40 countries that he's president in.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, especially now that the countries have been split up to 446.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. But this is how you can go in to get them. You can bid certain amounts of Lydian lions, and if you win it, you win it. That means you are, say for instance, congressman right here, you are entitled to a higher cut of this particular country or region, their income. You're guaranteed it. And once you are the congressperson, and you've actually gotten the position, then you can't ever lose it. It's for life, and you can pass it down too if you want to. By pass it down, I mean that in the correct way. This NFT is forever. You can pass it from generation to generation, passing the income that goes along with it as well. So it's very exciting. I'm actually just looking through here like, I don't have enough to compete yet, but I mean, there's a lot of positions open.
Okay,
but I digress. Responsibilities. In general, responsibilities of being an officer are minute. There will be some, there's going to be more infrastructure within the Lydian world that the officers can take part in. But in general, at this point, there really aren't any responsibilities.
Yes, there is.
What's that?
Collect your money.
Oh. Also, the other one is a good example of someone who took their position as president of a country very seriously was Sherry Brown.
Sherry Brown. That's right.
Sherry Brown, one of the wealth builders, one of the moderators on the Wealth Builders platform, she went out of her way to advertise for her country. She's the president of French Mayotte, small island near Seychelles, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And she got people thinking about her country, and thus a lot more people got citizenships. It's full now, doing all kinds of things with French Mayotte, and she did very well. Got her and that country into many different things in the Lydian world that otherwise she wouldn't have been involved in. But she took it very seriously, and we love her for it. I got my citizenship there. So hopefully more will do the same thing. So any other questions about this? Either part, G999 or Lydian World. That's a good question. Yes. So Nick, if you link your GS Partners account to Lydian World, and you have Lydian Lion tokens in GS Partners, you do actually have to import them. Now, I have a perfect opportunity to display this. That's one of the reasons I kept them on there. So let me show you how this can happen. So in my GS Partners, I was able to fill a certificate recently, so I have 1,000 Lydian Lions sitting here. Let me go back to financial over here in the Lydian World. Okay. One of the options at the bottom part of this page is to import. And one of the options here is to import your Lydian Lions. All you have to do is click the import button, type in the amount of Lydian Lions you want to bring over from GS Partners, click confirm. You get a little pop-up here saying it's coming in. Yep. Lydian Lions are now imported to your wallet, and then we'll wait and see in this wallet when they show up. How long does it take? Just like that. Just that quick. All my Lydian Lions moved over here, and if you look in GS Partners, they've been removed here. So once you link your accounts, this becomes possible, and then you can move your Lydian Lions that you've earned from your certificates or your NFTs directly to Lydian World, and then, well, you can go shopping.
So Jason, I thank you very much for showing us all this. And I want to ask the team, this is the Freedom Rising team. I know you described us as part of the Houston team. We are part of the Houston team, and which is part of the Team Freedom. But you know, Houston team is kind of independent now, and we're moving very quickly towards independence here in the Freedom team, Freedom Rising team.
It's fantastic.
And I want to ask the team members here, all these people are part of the Freedom Rising team. Do you like this kind of a training event? And if you would like us to do more, what would be the next thing you'd like us to teach on? What's the next thing? Oh, that's a good. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Give us a thumbs up here. And what would be the next thing that you'd like us to teach on in this training event?
The mining, how do you mine all this? You know, in your certificates, it talks about you have meta mining. You know, this is all new to me, so I'm trying to learn what this all means and how you can use it.
And that's why we're doing it, because we want to maximize the amount of money that you can make. You've made a commitment to be, you know, in GS Partners, and our deal is to help you maximize the money that you earn in return. So KYC training.
What's an NFT? I feel so dumb. I mean, I hear these things,
you know,
but I don't even know what that means, you know.
Sam, the only dumb thing is not asking the question. So that'll be on the list, Jason. NFTs. So the Lydian Alliance once moved over. Somebody's asking a question in the chat. So the Lydian Alliance once moved over to, yes, they go over 1 for 1, and they don't translate 1 for 1 to USD Tether. You can't convert Lydian Lions. They're an internal coin. So you can't convert Lydian Lions to USD Tether, but they have the value of $1 USD Tether. Okay. But you can't swap Lydian Lions for Tether, but you can swap Tether for Lydian Lions. Is that correct, Jason, on the exchange?
That's exactly correct.
You can
So the
swap
Lydian
Tether.
line,
Right.
yeah, the Lydian line is an internal token, and it's simply valued at 1 USDT.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. That allows them to kind of show in your back office what the equivalent value of your cryptocurrency totals are. It's just a bit of shorthand.
Okay, so I am going to write down here in my pad that the next time we have a meeting or a training session, we're going to talk about KYC, and we're going to talk about mining. What else?
NFTs.
NFT.
Oh, yes.
Sorry about that. NFT. What else? NFT means non-fungible token.
So like those dwarfs, like do you remember like when I would pull in my homepage or pull up something, they would show those dwarfs or
Every time you do your membership, every
Is
time
it-
you do your membership, you get one.
do
So if
you get one if you get a certificate too? Are
no,
those just
only when you get your membership or if you buy one directly.
Okay.
Oh, the certificate, you do get Lydian Lions. You don't get an NFT, but you do get Lydian Lions when you fill the certificate to its max load. You get a big chunk of them. There was one up here in the chat that I think we need to take a look at.
Staking.
Somebody's
asking about staking here.
Yes.
Because the DeFi savings account is closed right now. It has reached its capacity. So please don't go into the DeFi and try to buy a DeFi position. They'll take your money, but there's nothing available. There was a 2 billion coin limit for the savings portfolio. It's full. So don't do that, please. You'll call. They took my money. Yes, they did, because you gave it to them. So don't do that. So we'll talk about KYC, mining, NFTs, and staking next time. What about this time frame? Is this a good time frame? 9 o'clock Central. I know it's really, really late, but there's so many people on Wednesday nights that have Bible classes. They have lots of things that they're doing, or they work late and they don't get off. How is this time of 9 Central?
Overall, I think it's positive.
It's good. Okay, it's good.
Good for me too, as well.
All right.
Tyrone Davis had an issue with verification email in the exchange. It's not something I can, help you with here, but definitely get some help locally for that one. I'm trying to think of anything like anything else here. Oh, Nick Khan about the okay, yeah. So Lydian Stater is what you're referring to. Lydian Lion allows you to earn Lydian Staters. Lydian Lions allows you to purchase certificates and many other things in the Lydian world. But to convert to BTC or USDT, you need Lydian Staters. So definitely read the game book for sure, and take a look at the ancient library to see some of the things that you can, how you can do certain things in the Lydian world. Hopefully that helps.
All right, so I'm going to turn off the recorder and just